Well, it's time for the villiers again. It's a bit different now, I can pick it up with one hand. Well, I could do it before, but now it's just easier. Absolutely nothing in it. Just been dismantled, just to be scrapped. The block, I might eBay it. Flywheel head. Had issues getting it off, but hammer does the trick. Got points of condenser, that's just the coil bit. We've got condenser, half a point, the other point, got crank bearings, governor, camshaft, and the piston and crank. There's a problem with this. It wasn't like that when it was in the engine. I think it's got grit in it or something now. It won't put that fucking trouble. So I think the shells on it are dead anyway. I know this thing does. No, that's not a 12mm. It's an 11. I wonder it don't fucking work on there. Well, there's shells on here though. They haven't been spun before, but the scoring on them is really quite bad. Should have done this before I started videoing. But make life a bit more interesting. I've got a little orange light coming on my camera and I don't know why. I think I'm running out of time. No, I'm not running out of time. Okay, and in one of my other videos I said that I was going to have my ride by now. Oh, I was hoping that, but hey. Try doing this with one hand. It's not easy. Come on, you fucking tart. Ah! Nah, you can't see. Fuck that. We're on in. Oh, there's the cover for the points of condenser bit. Okay, I don't think I can find them at the moment. Oh no, don't do that. Fucking hell. It won't put that fucking trouble. Just a second. Okay, back. There you go. You've got that little black dot there. That's where the metal's worn right away. And it's got a little scuff on that corner. You know. Cranker still in perfect nick, but you can see when this was made they didn't use computerised machines, and you can see all those little lines on there. Just about see them. None of it was done by computer. It was all done by lathe, controlled by hand. The seals in this thing were still good. In theory, this was a running engine. The only thing that's wrong with it was the carburettor. But it's like £5 for a carburettor on an engine that's worth a fiver. Some of it I might sell. The block I'll get a couple of quid for. Piston I'm keeping. As long as you can find one that's got the same stroke and the same diameter piston might just fit. I've got the... fucking hell. Yeah, all my tools are in there, because when they were in there, it fell off all over the floor. Got pissed off and couldn't be bothered to put it all back. And the oil ring and compression ring that were on it. Oh, there's the cover for the points of condenser bit. Okay, I don't think I can find them at the moment. Oh no, don't do that. There's the oiler. And a little bit from picking it off, but there's gaps. On the Briggs, on the more modern versions, that would be a 3-part Briaco corrugated piece of metal in the middle with 2 thin, what look like very thin compression rings. God, it's fucking freezing out here. Just as you can see, it's got the 3 slots, 2 compression, 1 oil, but I've only got 1 compression ring because when I first rebuilt this, it only had, well, it had both of them, but one of them was shattered in like 3 places. But yes, sorry about that. Got an oily hand situation. That looks like a compression ring, but it ain't. That's what held one of the bearings in. Got one of the seals. This won't seal anymore anyway, just because, mind you, when I got it out, I was using a spanner to break it out of the what-you-call-it thing down there, But anyway, if anyone wants a villiers engine block, or villiers engine, I'll quite happily send it to you. Won't run without, well, run without a firewall. That there is what the points condenser connected to. You can see though, that's completely fucked now. When I was getting it off, I was impatient for whacking the whole fucking thing off. Well, actually no. I've had this thing for about 3/4 of a year. Was late Marchish, and ever since I got it, I've been trying to get the flywheel off. That's why the crank now has the end of it tapped out, because the threads on the end are broke with the chamfer. The chamfer is what lets you catch the nut on, so it goes on properly, and I could never get it back on. So I put this here, I could never get off anyway. But if it had come off while the engine was running, that could have been pretty fun, because it's actually pretty hefty flywheel. The engine was always really jerky. This is the engine I learnt everything off of. So I thought it was the timing. I was sitting there fiddling with the timing, and I thought I fucked it up, because I thought when the points touched, that is what would make the spark, and it wasn't. It was when they let go. I'd locked this about 6 times, and that wasn't by accident, because the carburetor kind of went downwards, and you'd have to spray water up it, so that's why